Well, it's been a difficult time for a lot of athletes, but spare a thought for those that were planning to go to Tokyo for the 2020 Olympics. It's now been delayed. We're told it'll be staged next year. So I've been to catch up with one of the world's best wheelchair racers whose Olympic dreams, for now, are on hold.
I'm Madison de Rozario. I'm 26. I'm an Australian Paralympian. I primarily race marathons, but the longer distances on the track too. I'm the fittest I've ever been. I'm the fastest I've ever been. Physically, I'm in the best shape. Mentally, I was in the best headspace I've ever been for games. And the last World Championships, it was the biggest margin that I had ever won by. So yeah, the plan for 2020 had been in place for years.
Did you realise instantly that all of the plans had disintegrated?
There was an announcement that came out that basically said the games didn't go ahead as planned. In 2020, they wouldn't go ahead at all. And we knew at that point that it couldn't go ahead. You know, it wasn't safe and it wasn't in the best interest of the sport. I think sport has this incredible ability to transcend so many things, but not a global pandemic, and it wasn't the time for it, and it was never going to happen. I have this plan in place that, you know, spans like 4 years. Every, you know, the 4-year cycle is all planned out, it's all mapped out. And so to have that just completely change is kind of jarring. Like, so much of what we do is structured around very specific things, and I feel like I'm very lucky I'm in an individual outdoor sport, so I can still train on the roads outside with my coach, and I've got rollers set up here, you know, at my apartment, so I can still do those roller sessions.
And how bored are you of staring at these walls?
I have been training on my patio for months now, and I'm definitely over it. I think staying motivated for a session and trying to give 100% each time, it's just so different to what it's normally like.
How certain do you feel that Tokyo is going to go ahead?
I don't know. We're planning for it to go ahead, so every decision we make now is with Tokyo 2021 happening end of August, going ahead, and I think that's all we can do. I don't know what it will look like. I don't know if there will be spectators, so everything we're doing is with that in mind, but I wouldn't be surprised if things change.
The IOC's taken a pretty clear position on athletes taking a knee, signs of protest. What do you make of that?
I do disagree with the stance. You have people whose voices wouldn't otherwise be heard being given this huge platform that they have worked so hard for, and I think you are then entitled to use that authentically and use your voice to actually make a big change. And this isn't an issue that's trying to cause problems, it's trying to solve a very important problem, and it's a problem that is more important than sport is. I'm lucky in that I am allowed to use my voice, and I've never been told that I couldn't. And for me, doing what I'm doing out there does serve my community. If you use the Olympic stage, the Paralympic stage, and you make real change, then that's worth, I think, everything that comes from that. And that's the big thing that sport does. It brings people together, and I don't know why we're kind of putting a limit on that.
Madison de Rozario there. Sharni, you've been through some highs and lows in your career. Can you imagine what it's like for someone doing that 4-year cycle, prepping everything towards the Olympic Games and then having it sort of shut down right in front of you?
Look, I'm not going to complain anymore about not knowing when the VFL goes ahead until the end of the year. But look, you really can't. And as an athlete that has prepared for a World Championship and Commonwealth Games, she's absolutely right. Like, you prepare that 4 years in advance, and, you know, it messes with your mind, your mental frame of mind, and just how driven they are to keep going is really inspiring. And as it was mentioned, they don't even know if Tokyo is going to go ahead next year, but I just absolutely love the role model that she is. She's an absolutely phenomenal athlete, phenomenal human. But yeah, it is really tough to be able to keep your body in physical form for that amount of time. And you've got to remember, like, these athletes, and especially the Olympians, they're not doing it for money. The only money they probably get is if they have an ambassador role or something like that with a company, which I can guarantee you probably isn't even continuing as of now. I know a lot of athletes that I'm friends with that had ambassador roles have since been cut because obviously the companies are struggling as well. And so the ability that they have to be able to juggle their daily jobs, if they currently still have one, and train probably twice a day is really inspirational.